Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is episode 286 of the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call it Online Marketing Moves, and we're coming to you live today. Today is May the 21st, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been duped, I've been bamboozled, I've been hoodwinked. All right. The other day, I don't know if you know, but my mother, who I love dearly, she kept harassing me about taking the COVID shot. I said, look, Granny, why you keep bothering me? I'm not, I'm like, the line of work I'm in, I'm not around anybody. I don't see people. It's just me and my wife and the mother-in-law. We don't go anywhere. But she kept insisting. She said, the baby, and all this kind of jazz, So I said, you know what? I'm 40, but I'm 42, but I still listen to my mother this time. But I told her, I said, the last time I took a shot from the government, I got sick as a dog because when I was in the Navy, they gave us a flu shot, and I'd never been that sick before in my life. And I thought, how can I take a shot that gets you sick? I said, this doesn't make any sense. And so I told my mother, I said, this is 20 years ago, sister. I said, I don't know. I said, I'm very hesitant. And she said, go ahead, it's okay. And I'm like, all right. And I took one shot, then I took the second shot. And now my head hurts, my body aches. How in the HE double hockey sticks can you get symptoms, of a whatever, a disease or whatever you want to call it, by taking the shot? It's ridiculous. I told my wife, I said, I think my head's starting to hurt because I normally don't have headaches because I normally just I just don't get headaches. And so my head started hurting. And then today my body just started aching. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. I tried to eat Chick-fil-A. That wasn't working. I tried to, drink some water and the whole nine. Now I got to record. I'm combining the two. I'm record. I'm going to go. I got to produce the content. I thought to myself, I said, now if I'm going to that old job of mine, I'm definitely going to create content when it comes to my business, because why not? Because that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm not going to, let me get all up and go to the job without me, making some content for my people. So here we are. And now we was going to be long-winded about emails and the type of people that you want, but we'll keep it short and simple today because, my head is really, my head is pounding. It's ridiculous. So thanks, Mom. Thanks for that. I got to call my mom when I get in the car, and we're gonna have quite the conversation, okay? And I'm gonna tell my mom, you tricked me, okay? So, but anyway, I just want to I'm gonna keep this brief today, and we're gonna talk about you, and we're gonna talk about your email. Who do you want to email now? Emailing people is great, but if you're emailing the wrong people, then you are just wasting your time. You know what I mean? So you want to find out what kind of audience you want. You want to know, what business you are in, and then find people that you want. Write down the type of people you want. Of course, we all want people that's gonna, not like I said before, they don't have to buy every time, but you want a list that's going to open the emails. You want a list that's going to participate. You want a list that's going to, communicate, that's going to be open, that's going to talk to you, buy stuff from you here now and then. That's the kind of list you want. It's no good if you got 1 million people on your email list and nobody buys. It's just a waste of time. And one thing that I want you to avoid is, I fell for this when I first started because I didn't have an email list at all. And, I was reading about this guy, and this guy, a YouTube video popped up, a YouTube ad, and he said, I can get you, people on your email list. But what they didn't say is, they don't care the kind of people you get on your email list. They create this nice looking, landing page, and people land on it, and they go to your email list. I paid the guy like $400-$500, which was, kind of a waste of time, but I learned a lesson. You know what I mean? You want to try to and sometimes it's cool if you get on, if you can swap list, or you can get a, have somebody, borrow somebody's list, or say, hey, let me talk to your list, and things of that nature. But what you don't want is, you don't want the tire kickers. You don't want the people that's not going to execute anything, that's not going to open emails, or some people that open the emails, some people open the emails the first week because they're hyper buyers, hypes, they'll open the emails the first week. They might buy once, but then they never buy again, and then they moved on to the next thing. So you want to really cultivate your list. You want to know who you want and why you want them, So take some time, figure that out, and once you figure that out, the better off you will be. Trust me. I wasted a good 6 months, 7 months, writing these people on a regular basis, and they didn't buy. They would click on a link here and there, and they would open the thing, but it wasn't. Some of it was inexperience, but some of it was just the way that I got these people on my email list. It wasn't good. You know what I mean? So you want people that want to be on your email list. You want people that's, going to really participate in your email list. You want, even though open rates are, to me, they're not as important as clicking on links, because every time you email somebody, you should send them a link. You want them to move. You want them to move somewhere. You don't want them to be stagnant. You don't want them to be stale. You don't want them to stay there. You want them to move. This is the whole thing. Push, pull. You want people to either be on your email list, be active, or you want them to get the HE double hockey sticks off your email list. And that's just how it goes. I'm not saying, I'm on a couple email lists. I open some emails. I read them. I buy here and there. I buy from the people here and there, and I'm like, oh, they cool. They put a lot of good information, and you can write them. Sometimes they respond, so it's pretty cool. And I also stayed on some people's list just to study how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing now, people always say, don't, some people, they love to copy. They want to copy everybody. But I say, of course, the wheel has already been invented. You can just make a different wheel. You don't have to make the same, spokes in the wheel. You can do things different. Of course, yeah, we are all internet marketing, and yes, you want to email people, but there's different ways you can go about it. You can email them daily. You can tell your stories, and that's the one thing I tell people. Yeah, find somebody that you want to study up on, and study them, but you don't have to copy them, because you can do your own thing. As you see in this podcast, we do our own thing. We don't rely on, I'm not gonna sit here and try to act like I'm, Joe Blow off the YouTube and do Joe Blow antics. No, I do Tony Rizzano things. So, at the end of the day, it's like the light bulb. Yeah, the light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison, but you can make a different light bulb. You can make it in a different model, different shape. It's still a light bulb. You didn't copy anybody, but you just created a new way for the light bulb. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to cut this short, but I feel myself being real nasally, and it's not. It's not good. You don't want to hear nasally. You don't want to hear nasally Tony. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'll wrap myself up like a mummy tonight, and we'll get it together. And we'll be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, take care of yourselves. And if you're going to take the COVID shot, which it probably will help, but if you're going to take the COVID shot, take the day off. That's all. That's the only advice I can give you. All right. With that being said, thank you for listening. I enjoy you. I hope you liked all the episodes this week. And we will be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. And as always, everybody, peace.